Good morning, this is Kasturi Dey. Today I'm going to continue with the discussion of the reproduction in plants. Okay, so I'll start with the artificial propagation. In the last video I discussed the vegetative, I stopped at the vegetative propagation, the natural methods. Okay, I discussed there. Now I'll start with the artificial vegetative propagation, method of vegetative propagation. Now first is cutting. Four methods are there: cutting, layering, grafting and tissue culture. So first let me discuss the cutting method. Here a part of the stem with an axillary bud is cut from the healthy plant. Okay, from a healthy plant where there is an axillary bud, the stem which is having a axillary bud, that part of the stem is cut, and that part of the stem is planted in moist soil. Now after few days, what we see, that roots develop at the lower end of this cutting, and now new leaves develop also from the buds at the upper end of the plant, which give rise to form a new plant. Now these are extensively used by the gardeners, which growing rose plant. Example of this are found in Bougainvillea, cacti plants, sugarcane, pineapple, rose. These are grown by stem cuttings. Okay. Next is layering. What happens in layering? An intact branch is bent and covered with moist soil. It is almost like the the aerial stem, the natural methods in aerial stem, what was there, no? The stem automatically bent it down, it lowered down and bent to touch the soil. Here it is being done by artificially. The stem is bent and covered with moist soil. The growing tips remain above the soil. Now where the stem is under the soil, that portion is giving rise to roots. Okay, where the branch is contact with the soil, that portion slowly give rise to roots, and that part is then separated from the parent plant, and the new plant is produced after few weeks, like cherry, jasmine, grapevine, etc. Now it is grafting. Grafting is two different plants are combined to form a superior quality of plant. Okay, so two different plants I told you. So one stem cutting, like from one plant is attached and tied to the root stem. That is one lower portion of the stem is taken, that is containing the root portion. Another plant is taken whose stem is containing the above portion with the leaves. Okay, so the lower portion, the plant which is having the root portion, that is known as stalk, and the plant which is the portion of the plant or the stem which is having the branches portion, that is known as scion. So stalk and scion, they are attached together and tied. After few days, these two, stalk and scion, they merge together due to rapid divisions of the cells, and a bulb develops around it, around the joining portion, the merging portion. Then the stalk supplies essential nutrients to the scion. Now grafting develops new varieties by combining the features of the two plants, for example rose, mango, etc. Okay. Next we come to tissue culture. Now plants are grown artificially in a test tube. You have heard of test tube babies, no? In case of human beings. Like that only, in plants also, the plants are grown in a test tube, that is called micropropagation. Okay. Now a small portion is cut from the growing tip, meristematic region, that is from the meristematic region, a small portion is cut from the plant and then grown in suitable nutrients medium in the test tube. Now it grows into an unorganized mass of cell, that is known as callus. That small portion, it grows into an unorganized mass of cells, that is known as callus, and the small parts of the callus are put into another medium containing humus and to induce cell division and formation of plantlets. Plantlets then transplanted into the soil or pots to grow into mature plants. As unlimited number of plants can be produced, usually they are used to propagate ornamental plants like chrysanthemum, asparagus, orchids, coffee, banana, etc. So what happens? First, we take a small portion of the growing tip, that is the meristematic region of a plant. Then we put that meristematic region, that growing tip, into a nutrient medium. An unorganized mass of cell grows, that is callus is formed. Now that small parts of the calluses, they are put into another medium which contains humus. What this humus do? Humus helps the plant, this callus, to induce cell differentiation and formation of plantlets. That is, due to this humus, there is induction in the cell, and the plant cell, and in the cell that differentiates, divides and forms plantlets are formed. Now, when the plantlets are formed, these plantlets are then transplanted into the soil or pots, and where they grow into mature plants. Okay. And by this process, an unlimited number of plants can be produced. And for this reason, they are used to propagate ornamental plants generally. Okay. So, understood tissue culture. Next, I am coming to advantages of vegetative propagation. Faster methods of growing plants that forms from seeds. It's a faster method of vegetative growing plants. The faster method to produce new plants from their seeds. Rather than from their seeds. Okay, from the seeds, it takes longer time than by vegetative propagation. Now, it bears flowers earlier than it had been produced by seeds. Then it's extremely useful for the production of seedless plants like banana, grapes, sugarcane, etc. The new plants, exactly same as the parent plant, that is the characteristics, retain and can survive even in unfavorable conditions. So it is exactly same as the parent plant. So it has the characteristics which the parent had, and it can survive the unfavorable conditions also. And most certain method as does not depend on any external agent for the growth of the plant. Then what is the disadvantage of vegetative propagation? It is the risk of overcrowding. No dispersal is there. So overcrowding can occur. Even the daughter plants, which are identical to the parent plants, therefore there is no variation. And newer generations lose their vigor. As the process continues, when the newer generations come, they lose their strength, their vigor. Even the disease of the parent plant, they get transferred to their daughter plants and result in the destruction of the entire crop. Okay. So let me stop here. I'll continue in the next video with the sexual reproduction of the plants. Okay. Please go through this. If you have any doubt, please do write in the comment box. And if you like the video, press the like button. And so that I can produce you some more enthusiastic videos, some more interesting videos for you. And if you are a new viewer to my channel or not subscribed yet, please do subscribe to get the notification of my next video. Thank you.